You're listening to the Smash Bros. Cast, episode 80. I'm your host, N64 Josh, my co-host and sparring partner, Nightcrawler. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
It is going well. It is going well. Guys, before we jump into this, if you'd like to get yourself a free book from Audible, go to audibletrial.com/SBC. Pick up something awesome like Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. The chair I'm sitting in is from OP Seat. Go to n64josh.com/OP Seat to automatically save $10 at checkout. And if you're a smaller human being, you can pick up their Master Series for $40 off. That's a total savings of $50, plus free shipping. n64josh.com/OP Seat. Guys, I've had a lot of people ask me about helping me out with E3, and so I'm not one for handouts, so I thought, you know what, I'll do a sale on my store. So if you go to n64josh.com/store, you can check out all of the shirts like Just Roll. There's a Smash Bros. Shirt. I believe there's a SBC shirt. Use coupon code E32019. You get a shirt, it helps me out, and there you go. And no pressure, of course. No pressure. I just had quite a few people ask. So, lastly, my book, Another Castle, is on Amazon. If you go to n64josh.com/anothercastle, you can pick up a copy there. With that, we're going to jump to the announcements. All right. So, some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know, but this will be the last episode of the Smash Bros. Cast. Crawler and I had a big fight. We hardly talk anymore. No.
I did leave the Discord because Josh got on a power trip, but no, we're good. I spoke truth about Mario Kart, and Josh couldn't handle it.
It's all lies. It's all lies all the time with him. So no, but there's nothing wrong. We're fine.
Yep.
It's at the it boils down to the fact that neither one of us are playing this game all that much, and I don't know how much further I'm gonna really go with this game. I think Crawler's probably in the same boat. I mean, this is still gonna be something that we will play. We may end up still going to a local or something like that. But there's not, it's just, it was starting to feel like a chore, and I don't think that's good content, right? And so I've been a part of podcasts in the past where I've just tried to like limp it along as possible, and it affected everything poorly. Downloads decreased, the reviews started coming in about like why are the hosts so salty, things like that. And so I just felt best to call it quits. So what does that mean, though? That doesn't mean that we still aren't going to play Smash with you guys. Like, still hit us up in the Discord. Still reach out to us.
Still one of the busiest rooms in the Discord.
Yeah,
like I jumped in this. We'll talk about that later this week. But I jumped in this week and was playing a little bit. But yeah, if you guys are always looking for games, come hit up the Discord, because there's usually somebody playing. It's not as active as it used to be, but it's still very active, especially on evenings and weekends. You can usually find a game, no problem.
So, Crawler and I were kind of just talking about it. Like, if there's any like big Smash news, I'm going to leave this channel going. I'm going to keep paying for this feed for a little while, right? And if there is some like real big Smash news or something, we might get back together and do an episode here and there. But there is going to be, if I do decide to do some Smash content of some kind, you'll definitely be able to find it on my YouTube channel. So make sure to that you're subscribed there, and you'll know I'll post it in the Discord and things like that. So this there's no drama, there's nothing bad going on. It's just I want to make sure that what I'm putting my time into is something that I'm very passionate about. And we had kind of talked about this off and on. We kind of knew that like this may end up happening. We knew it wasn't
super sustainable.
Yeah, like to even like, because there's a little bit of pressure trying to make sure that we can, find guests to break down certain characters. Like to get schedules to work, like it just, it was starting to feel. I just wasn't. I wasn't enjoying it like I did at the beginning, because there was a lot to learn at the beginning and things like that. And now the learning has slowed because there's just a lot of grinding that just has to happen. And due to the Nintendo Powercast, which is my other podcast, I'm trying to get better about reviewing games and things like that. And it's hard to find enough time to do it all. So, that's where we are. That's where we are. With that, we're going to jump on over to the tournament news because there was some crazy stuff yesterday. Crawler, Roy's our boy.
He is. He's Tweak's boy.
What?
It was pretty nuts.
What? So you watched some of Get on My Level?
I sat down and watched the 4. I think it was 5. No, it was all 5 matches of Grands, and it was something to watch. It was close. It was close games, but then Tweak just has it with he can play so many different characters. I think they were talking. I heard TK and I don't know who. I think it was probably EE with him, but like they were just talking like he can play half the roster, and he's got like 5 or 6 characters that he can play. He would be comfortable enough playing on the grand stage, like taking Young Link or Wario or Roy. I think he's got Ike as well. Like he's got tons of characters. But he took it.
Did you see him fight Ally?
I didn't. I kind of want to sit back. This seems like it's a good one just to go watch all Tweak's matches. It seems like on this one.
There's 847 people signed up for this Ultimate Singles. So that was good. That was good to see the number, getting.
This is a big one. I think this is Canada's largest tournament. So anyone that doesn't like to travel to the US or can't easily travel to the US, I think this is kind of where they go if they're Canadian for a big Smash tournament.
Got it. Yeah, the Ally couldn't do anything with his snake and actually pulled out his Mario, but it didn't go well for him either against Tweak's Wario. It didn't go so well. So I do have the results here. We can I'll pull those up. Is there any other highlights for you? Like seeing Roy, I know you were watching right before we started, and you were like, "How did he get Roy back up from that low?"
Yeah, he took Roy deep sometimes, and that up B doesn't always get you up very far, but he knows that range just perfect. He snapped right to ledge. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, bonkers watching them. I watched Grands. I had it on while I was doing a bunch of work yesterday, and then it just started over again. So I thought I was watching YouTube. I went to rewind. I'm like, oh, I want to see, and then I couldn't read. I was like, no, dang it, So because I just had it going on Twitch, but it was really some good stuff. It's good stuff. So Tweak, of course, taking the number 1 spot, 10 wins, 0 losses. Like he
just ran it.
Yep. 100%. PG Mars taking second, 9-2. You got PG Sam taking third, 11-2.
Tweak is also the one that sent Mars down to losers as well. So Mars had to go through Tweak twice to get there.
Oh man. You got MK Leo, also in 9-2 for fourth. Nairo and Sam Sora both taking fifth, 7-2. Cosmos and Shoyo James, if I said his name correctly there,
I believe so.
Tied for seventh. Then you got DeBuzz, Void, Ally, and Myron all taking 9th place there. So there you have it. And DeBuzz was playing not just Olimar, but Rosalina.
I've heard he's been bringing out Rosalina. I don't think he's been using Palutena as much anymore, but he had Rosalina was his old 4 main, I believe. So, or one of his mains in 4.
The match I saw was him and Sam Sora, and it was was cool seeing Peach and Rosalina go at it,
Yeah.
So that was cool. So it was some great matches, guys. I do recommend going back and watching some of those if you want to see some real excellent gameplay. Like Tweak is unreal. Like some of the stuff he does with Wario, I just, the final stock he got on Ally was just, I think he hit him with the bike like way out. I think Ally tried to cape it and it did nothing. It just,
and his if you watch, I don't think he's played Young Link a lot in tournaments, but if you go onto his Twitch channel, you can see him play Young Link sometimes, and his Young Link is pretty nuts as well.
I didn't get to see any of it, but I saw some, I think it was on Twitter.
He posts clips sometimes, yeah.
No, on Twitter, I thought some people were talking about how Mango was going off in Melee.
Oh, Melee.
And he ended up taking first. So in Melee singles. So yeah, pretty cool. Interesting. So this tournament had Ultimate, Melee, Ultimate doubles, then Dragon Ball Fighters, then Melee doubles.
I think they had MK11, didn't they?
They had 64. Then they had Brawl. And Nairo took first in Brawl. And then Tekken 7 and,
they didn't
Street Fighter 5. So
they didn't have Mortal Kombat. I thought they did. No Mortal Kombat. But they're still playing right now. There's Smash 64 doubles is still in progress.
Yes, that's true. That's true. It's still going right now as we speak. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. The Ultimate Singles matches were incredible though. So make sure to check out a highlight at least, because it's definitely worth seeing. So with that, there's not really any Smash news, so we're just gonna jump on over to our talking point. All right. Well, the Twitch chat just keeps talking about who is my pocket main, and I've been throwing out hints. Okay, I threw out a bunch of hints in chat today.
Break them all down right now, real quick.
The different hints and everything that okay. So I talked about the up B and how I kept dying using it if I wasn't careful. Okay.
Yeah, you said. Yeah, I think you said recovery was difficult, and you had to learn how to use it.
Yeah,
I think so, to that effect. I think
something like that. So the up B was a little bit of a struggle. Now recovery is actually quite easy, but just initially, because you got to remember, jumping into this character, I still played it a lot like Mario, right? Just because that's what I was used to. So I had. I mean, this has been a lot of like unlearning and then relearning. Okay. So we talked about the fair, and it's pretty nasty off the ledge. I talked a lot about the costume, one of the most nostalgic costumes for me in the game, right? Which is a huge hint for anybody. It's a huge hint. To be perfectly honest, the costume is more nostalgic than anything Mario has. It's more nostalgic. He's missing what this character is not. Okay? Is that enough? Should we just...
You also have a counter as well. That was another big
nobody
hit.
Knew that. I only told you that.
Oh, you only told me that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the only... That
was the final hint that kind of pushed me over. I pulled up the roster and I started going through it. And so let's see if anybody... So Patrick Murphy's saying DK. DK doesn't have a counter. Let's see if anybody in chat can guess it here. We'll talk. Let's see. We don't have many other talking points to go. That's a big breakdown. What we're going to be doing next.
Yeah.
Let's give them a second. Not K. Rool.
We're getting King K. Rool. I absolutely love this, guys. I'm not even kidding you. When I'm not exaggerating when I say I've probably had like 50 to 60 messages, tweets, DMs, messages on Instagram, messages in the Discord, like, and some people guessing like multiple times. No one's guessed.
So you gotta think about Josh's GameCube controller that he spent $80 on or whatever.
There's the biggest hint. Right
it still is relevant to this this character. So take that into account. It lives in that universe.
What's funny is I've never said he or she, because if I say she, which is what she is, everybody would have guessed that it was Peach. Peach.
But specifically Peach wearing what costume?
So Peach wearing the white and red costume, which is what she was originally in the first Super Mario Brothers game. Mario doesn't even have his outfit from that game, which would have been red overalls with
the brown shirt.
The brown shirt. So look at chat. Nobody believes.
You guys should have heard Josh. So when we were live here, like 5 minutes before everything was going, the Twitch channel was up and everything, but we were muted, and he and I were talking.
Wait, what was my exact words to you? Nobody would figure I would pick such a technical character. Look at the chat.
They think Josh wouldn't be able to handle the technicality.
Look at what it says in chat right now. Read right there.
Yep.
I didn't realize you'd pick such a technical character for your secondary. I love it. Guys, so let me talk about the up B, right? Right, for my secondary. Right, now I get it. So the up B, when I first started playing with her, I kept dying trying to do the up B. And the reason is, if you're not facing the right direction, you die. Okay? It wasn't until I started watching a video from Sam Sora that he's like, look, if you're facing the wrong, he goes, I watch people die like this all the time. He goes, if you're facing the wrong direction, press down and she will close the parasail and grab the ledge, even if her back is to it. And I did not know this, so I was really struggling when I would recover low. If I was going out with the fair and then trying to get back and I was facing the wrong way or whatever the case was, going back with a back air, whatever, I wouldn't grab the ledge. And I was like, man, this is really frustrating. Like, I had to, and keep in mind, I had played her for 2 days when I said that I was struggling with the up B, right? That was literally like, I didn't even decide to play her and then like, I just decided I'm going to play this character. I was like, what I saw at Genesis with Sam Sora, what he was doing to MK Leo and the Ike and everything, I'm like, I'm going to learn this character. Like, I haven't really delved in any top tier characters. And the other thing Cryptic just put in chat is you say your princess is in another castle all the time. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to, it's a character in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's completely different from Mario, except for what I did find. There are some, you take somebody with that up B, like just like Mario, and it is nasty.
It pops them up quite a bit, doesn't it?
It is nasty. So, right, Patrick's saying on the last SBC, AV was saying, don't make your pocket too complex, right? Yep, nope. Here's the thing. Learning to jump with her, where you actually tap the trigger and then immediately hit like the X or the Y button to get your float just ever so slightly off the stage, so then you can throw a nair or fair, things like that. Like it my brain hurts sometimes trying to make sure I can pull it off. So chat doesn't even believe it right now. I love it. So yeah, Peach, and again, like,
I think we're in store for a community Smash Bros stream this week sometime to show this off a little bit.
So I can get just beat down, but I'm having a ton of fun learning. I went into quick play yesterday and had a really close match with, it was a Pikachu. I had a really close match with a Pikachu, and then went against a Pichu, and I hit that fair at like, I don't know. I don't even think it was 60%.
Well, Pichu dies at 50%. So.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it was low percentage. I didn't see what it was exactly. I was just like, I knew once I got him off stage, I'm like, oh, I'm hitting this. And yeah, they didn't come. I was surprised to see the sparks and the final kill, like the kill screen. I was like, So, Patrick Murphy says, yes, let's do a Smash Bros. Beatdown stream. Yes, sounds
I like how Cryptic asked a question and answered it himself. Why not Daisy? And it's like, well, first off, it's Josh. Josh doesn't acknowledge player 2 existing at all. But then also Cryptic says no one likes Daisy.
You know what would have tipped the scales a little bit for Daisy is if they had given her like a monochrome like Game Boy, you know, like that color scheme. Yeah. Just because that's where she originated.
I beat Super Luigi U this week, and I'm very disappointed that he's not rescuing Daisy. Like they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Waluigi loves Daisy. He's always trying. I think it's in Mario Golf on the 3DS. He's literally dancing in front of her, and she's just like turning her back to him. Like, no, I'm not interested. He's doing everything he can to show off for her. But so anyway, yeah. I mean, I think one of the things I'm enjoying the most about Peach though is just how much I have to learn, how different it is. But at the same time, seeing some of the I feel like with Mario, it's like you kind of just grind away at percents, whereas like she can connect a few solid times, and it's like, oh, now we can finish this off, you know. And so, not quite as combo heavy as Mario, yet she still has so many options, and it really feels like there's like man, I think Mario needs more options after I played a character like her, you know. So, but. Anyway, so there's my new pocket. We can't take a quick sec. You said you got to play with some of the community this last week. How'd that go?
Yeah, I hopped in a few different times. Leo had a room up. I'm trying to remember. I don't even know what day it was. It was maybe over the weekend.
It was last Thursday. If it was in the in-game chat, that's what I was.
Yeah, I think so.
Closing out all the notifications.
As you were just spying on us all while you were on vacation.
Pretty much.
Always watching. There was like 3 or 4 of us in there, and it was a good time. I mean, I practiced my mainly was playing Palutena when I hopped in initially, and then I think eventually the room cleared out and Leo and I both switched up. I went back to Corrin and he went to Sonic, and I'm trying to think. I won maybe a few, but yeah, it was a good back and forth. It was good just to hop back in. Those games in Arena feel so much cleaner and so much where I wish Quick Play could be, just because it is so much more solid, and it is the rule set that you're banking on. It's not that up in the air kind of dealing with bad rule sets that people are putting forward. So I still am hopeful for the game here in the future that we can have something more solid. Not as much that I want to go back to Smash 4's like guaranteed 2 stock and all that kind of stuff, but I think there is something to be said for that, like day in, day out, you know what you're getting if you go into Quick Play kind of thing.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
But yeah, I mean, it was fun to jump back in, and then later on, I don't remember when it was, but Anvil posted in chat, and he's been working on Wario, and he stomped me for a little bit with that, and then I got stomped even more when he switched back to Mewtwo, and with those buffs that Mewtwo got in the last update, it was game over. I barely got hits in. It was disgusting.
Really? Okay, that's the conversation I saw. That was the one, because it was like an in-game chat or something like that. So
yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, the little bit I played has been Peach, and it's been mainly handheld. I haven't even got to play with the GameCube controller that much until yesterday. I did play after watching, like I watched Samsara. I was watching so closely now, you know, like before I watched and I was like, oh, it's cool. But then like really watching closely, like, okay, the tournament ended and I'm like, I need to play Smash. So I just took a break for a little bit and just played. So, yeah, but so what we want to do is just kind of take a look back at the last year. right? Because this has been a crazy ride. It has been amazing, and I think one of the highlights for me is just the community, right? Like, and I can't stress it enough. Like, just because the podcast isn't going to be coming out every week, it doesn't mean that, like, you know, we're ultimately we're a Nintendo, like the community is a Nintendo community, right? We've had plenty of people jump on over with us and play Mario Kart. You know, we're still going to be playing Smash. We've even played some Splatoon recently. Like, it's, you know, there's so much Nintendo games to be played. So, just because the Smash Bros. Cast isn't going to be coming out any longer, it doesn't have to affect the community, right? And I think one of the best things that I've seen today, because I announced it in the Discord, first thing, I messaged Crawler first, and then I announced it in the Discord, and I got a handful of messages from you guys, you know, just saying like, hey, this has given me like more friends than I ever thought possible to play Smash with. You know, some people said that they wouldn't even have gone to locals without listening to this show, you know, that they may not have gotten into the competitive scene, and like that kind of stuff. That was the goal. Like, that was the goal of this, was to like grow community and encourage people to, you know, see where Smash can take them. And for me personally, like, I never thought I would be, I know I'm not the best, right? By any means. But I feel like my goal was to be at a place where I felt good enough, if that makes sense. You know, where it was like, I can at least be a somewhat competent player, you know?
The biggest thing that I've gotten out of this, just in the grand scheme, is just a much broader knowledge and able to, like, I have friends at work that are deeper into the scene than I've been. They've been there for a lot longer with Smash 4 and all that kind of stuff. But just being able to engage in competent conversations about the state of the game, where characters are, the ins and outs of the game a little bit, just my general understanding, because I've been a fan of the game. We both talked about that. We've been fans of the game since when it came out on 64, but we've taken more of a casual, standoffish approach to it, and this whole project kind of started about with the announcement, and Josh kind of diving in head first, doing those first 5 episodes, and in the middle of that, he and I were doing, just in secret, kind of in our own private chat, we were doing voice calls and late night Smash on Smash 4 on like Wednesday nights, just practicing being really bad. And it evolved into the show taking a change at like episode 6 or 7, whatever it was, and bringing me on, and we had that conversation that just started, and we went on a journey to try to get better. And I think we brought a lot of you along with us, which was so great.
And the best advice of all, just roll. Just roll. I mean, it's
go back and listen to the first like 2 episodes, because that's always entertaining.
Yeah, and these episodes will forever be on YouTube, guys. That's the one place you'll always be able to go back and see. You can actually go and watch every episode is on YouTube, because I know iTunes, they eventually only let so many episodes be on there. At some point on Podbean, I'm going to end up switching the RSS. Not for a little bit, though. And so they'll always be on YouTube. Like, you mentioned some of our first matches. We couldn't even hit each other. We would just roll past each other continually.
Well, that was also Smash 4 when you could walk through each other. I saw somebody put up a poll today. I don't know who it was. It was I think one of the pros or something like that. But it was like a year into, or 6 months into Ultimate, how do you feel about not being able to walk through players? And that was their poll. And a lot of them were like, don't like it, or no comment, or no preference or whatever. But it's definitely noticeable when you go back and look at Smash 4, when we were just all the time back and forth through each other. We were doing dash attacks and missing each other and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I remember, like, for me to stream Smash, like, when you stream a game, you want to at least be semi-competent at it, right? Like you're basically putting your gameplay out before, out in front of the world. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go for this because I have a ton to learn, and people can come in and they can help me learn as I go. Because that's just the way. And I remember, having Peon come on and be like, why did you kill me? Or why did you kill
how did you die?
Yeah. And I'm like, what, and just seeing like how deep the rabbit hole goes with this game, right? Like it's one of those things that it looks, I've said it so many times, but it always, from the outside, it always seemed like this is not something I can attain, right? Like to play at a higher level, it always seemed like there's just too much to like. It seemed overwhelming, and it's like any other problem that you face in life. And it's funny because so many, like, especially the guys on Beyond the Metagame, they talk about, and you see other people talk about it too, like how much Smash has taught them just about life in general. And it's like, it's one of those things that like, it's a problem. The problem that you have is you want to be able to play at a certain level. And the way you do that is you learn this, and then you learn this, and it's just a process. And it's how you tackle problems in life, period. It's like, okay, the overall problem, a little bit too big to handle. So what are the smaller problems that are holding up this big problem? And how can I start taking the pillars out, And that's, I used to kind of look at that and be like, what are they, like, this is just a video game. But like, really, the way the process with this game, and it's always there. You're always going to run into somebody better. You can always keep practicing. You can always, improve your game. You can try new characters. There's just there is so much to it, and so much to learn. And I think that was one of the I don't feel like I'm walking away from doing this show or putting as much time into the game as I had. I mean, it's our most played game on our Switches, right?
It's mine. Yep.
And I mean, that's saying something in such a short amount of time. And so I feel like the goal that I set was to, learn the game, understand it competitively, and try to compete. And we competed. We didn't do so great, but we still competed. We went to Genesis 6. That was crazy. What were we doing there? But we had a great time doing friendlies, playing the matches.
Guys. I mean, we met each other for the first time. We met Leo. We met PK. We met AV and Peon. It was a great experience.
Yeah, incredible. Seeing Vicky in person, getting to chat with her, like getting to talk to a lot of the pros, Dark Wizzy and some of them were way more approachable than others. DeBuzz was great. I mean, he was super friendly and stuff. So there's so many great things to look back on with this experience. I have zero regrets, which is part of the reason that I don't want to just keep trying to put content out when it's not something, because I don't want to get to the point that I'm like, we went too long and now it's like, I feel good, and I'm hoping that maybe people will find this, who knows? I mean, it's on the internet forever, right? People look for a Smash Bros podcast. It's going to show up on Google, and I hope that they can take our journey and possibly make it theirs, and I hope we continue to see people jump into the Discord and stuff. And so it's just, it's been crazy. I know one of the things that you wanted to bring up was E3 last year.
Yeah, I mean, just that whole day was so much. Like, we knew that the game was coming. We knew that E3 was going to be centered around that. But just the amount of content we got, I think that just, I even thought it was a lot that we got. And I think that was one of the biggest criticisms Nintendo got that year from last year was that it was too much Smash. But I mean, looking back at it, just seeing everything that they got to talk about, just the everyone is here kind of thing, and just really going all in on that was so awesome to see. And then continuing that later on in the day with the invitational, which I think ended by like the afternoon, evening that day, was really super entertaining to watch with Zero beating MK Leo, which was I mean, he still got it.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was, what wasn't it, like Sonic versus Mario 2 or something?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So there was so much magic that day. I think I streamed for like 12 hours straight. I think by the time we ended up recording a show, I was like, wow. So it was a crazy day. It was a crazy day. And you know, thinking back on like just the different hype levels, you know, as like we finally got to play at Best Buy for the first time, and it was with a pro controller, and the game was way faster than what we were used to, and you know, like it was just like pure chaos, and I couldn't even tell where I was on the screen, and it was, you know, like I just stood in line for 4 hours to play for 2 minutes, you know what I mean?
And then you got to play as well at. Did you get to play at PAX?
I did.
Well?
Yeah, I did.
Was that
play.
Before Best Buy or after Best Buy?
That was before. Yeah, I think Best Buy was. I want to say it was.
That was like a couple weeks after, maybe, for you.
Yeah, like September or something. And PAX was like late August, so they were relatively close. I think they were within 3 weeks or something of each other. But we wanted those hats so bad, so bad. I wanted one of those trucker hats. Like I've looked them up on eBay. They're very expensive.
Yeah, I got the pins. I got a few sets of pins.
Yeah, same. But and that's the other thing too. Like getting the hookup at Best Buy with the different pins that they offered, and you know, I get there when I didn't even realize I pre-ordered I knew I pre-ordered the controller bundle, didn't realize I pre-ordered a regular copy as well, but I got it for the Gamer Club Unlocked price, so I was like, wow, I'll just
that's
keep
what I did. That's what I did too.
You know? Well, and I thought at the time
I knew I did it, but I think I think I had pre-ordered the regular game before the controller bundle was done, but I was like, I want because the artwork was different. I wanted it for the artwork, because the inside of the regular box has the whole roster in it, which, well, I mean, minus Piranha Plant and Joker now, but it has that base roster in there with everybody with their pictures, and then the inside of the steelbook has, I believe it's Battlefield, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think I have it sitting right here, actually. Yeah, it's Battlefield with the triplats.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I had at the time, you know, I had multiple Switches, multiple copies of the game. I had been talking to local places to try to get a local scene started. That place is now out of business. Like they're gone, you know, and so that's the one thing with, and that's the one thing that can be hard about, like, when you try to get into your local scene, is you got to travel sometimes, you know. For me, and for me going forward this summer, like, that's going to be the hardest thing for me to go to my local, because I think that one of the easier ones for me to go to is on Friday nights, and now my son has t-ball practice on Friday nights, so it's like I got to be a parent first, so it's harder when you're a little bit older and you got responsibilities and family and all that kind of stuff to put all that time into a specific video game. But I mean, we're still having fun with it. You'll definitely catch us in the Discord if you guys are looking for matches. Definitely, the easiest way to get a hold of one of us is definitely tag us and see if we're free, and we can usually hop in. But yeah, we're not going anywhere, so we're still here. We still love the game. We're still learning too. That's the good part. Oh, absolutely. And I think one of the best stories was the fact that you got streamed on your very first local. Yeah, my very first local, my very first match, and just got owned by a Snake because I didn't play a lot of Brawl either, so I didn't know Snake very well, and I was just getting and I was stubborn as well for the first little bit with Corin, and I still think she's my highest rank in quick play, but it's something you're comfortable with. So I mean, I've learned to adapt a little bit. I think I've jumped around the most this game on characters. Even 4, I don't think I took that long to settle on Corin when I was jumping around characters. But this has definitely been a fun game to
to learn the different matchups. I think, like you and I said, this is our most played game. I think I've seen more Smash in this game than I've seen of all the other ones combined, just watching on Twitch or tournaments or in person or actually playing or all that kind of stuff. Just absorbing this game has been a lot more, and I think it can translate to a lot of different things, just even across video gaming and life as well.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. So just a few other things real quick. Like I said, I'll still be putting up some Smash content on YouTube periodically, you know, depending on like if just whatever the case may be, maybe even the occasional like Smash vlog or whatever it is. So make sure you're subscribed there. It's youtube.com/N64Josh. The other thing is I can't ever just have one podcast going. So I've already set up a Mario Maker podcast on Podbean. I'm going to start working on content for that. And so that'll be coming out very soon. And that, I know, after seeing how this played out, we're going to see the community grow that way. And I guarantee we're going to find there's going to be some Smash players that make their way, you know, that kind of cross pollinate, that also play Mario Maker and that kind of thing. And so, I'll still be as busy as ever, you know, as busy as ever. So, and I know you're going to be doing some streaming and stuff like that as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. We still want to encourage you, go to your locals, get involved with your scene if you've got the time to do it and you don't have too many other obligations or whatever. Like get involved. It's a lot of fun. You know, I saw C7 Colors. He was posting in the Discord. He was actually sketching in between matches and stuff, some of the stuff, and he's got all these cool sketches of like. And
he's sketching on the train or the bus. I don't know how he does that. How do you? I don't. You got a zero gravity desk or something on your lap?
Yeah, something like that. So, but all right. Well, Crawler, where can people find you?
You guys can find me hanging out in the N64Josh Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. I'll get you that invite. Like I said, hit Josh and I up. Tag us in that, looking for group in the Smash Bros room, and we'll try to find time to get some games in. We're both a lot better at Mario Kart, so come get your butts kicked in Mario Kart with us whenever Josh is streaming, or just whenever. We got Saturday morning tournaments too. Come out and show up for that. And then also, you guys can find me on Twitter at Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E, and then also on Twitch as well.
Yeah, there you go, guys. You can follow me on, everywhere. It's at N64Josh, and I am streaming pretty regularly, like I said. As far as podcasts go, like I said, you got the Nintendo Powercast, which you can find on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean. Crawler's you'll hear Crawler periodically on there, especially with big Smash news, things like that. And then I've got I'm in the very, very early stages of this Super Mario Maker podcast, so that'll be coming soon. So everybody's still in chat going, Peach, really? Peach? Yep, Peach. Guys, the tournaments I'm going to look into getting them started again probably in July. I just want to take a little breather, get through E3, that kind of stuff. So bear with me with that, but I don't want to completely abandon those. I think they're a good time. They're a good place for the community to get together and just kind of see how we're all doing. So thank you guys for listening. It's been a crazy ride. We love you, and we'll see you later. Bye now.